What did I say a few minutes ago when you asked me what I did last night?
I said, hey, did you do anything or did you just lay low? And you said, well, I had my third or fourth neighborhood association meeting. Was the fourth one last night. And then you said, quote, it was a scene, unquote, which doesn't bode well, in my opinion, for a neighborhood association meeting. I don't think it should be a scene. I think it should be a group of folk who live in the same neighborhood discussing neighborhood issues and, you know, having a good time, maybe getting to know each other a little bit and speaking openly and honestly about the community that they live in. A scene isn't what I would want to hear.
Well, look, I'll be the first to admit that I do not do well in large groups.
Maybe this isn't for you. Maybe the neighborhood association is not for you.
But I also feel the need to be represented.
By maybe you give your opinions to your wife and your wife goes to the meeting.
No. All I know is that this was the fourth meeting. The first few were very low key. There were only a few people. There was, I think, the most we ever had at a meeting was about 10 to 15 people, and they were more about what the process would be to have a neighborhood association.
Structuring it from the ground up.
Because where we live, the district that we live in, does not have a neighborhood association.
Right. So how do you start from beginning and form one?
Now, the first one was rapidly thrown together, and it was more of like is there any interest from people to do this? There was about 7 people that showed up for that one.
So there was some interest, but barely.
Right, and I think part of that is because the message didn't really get out, right? It wasn't very...
as public as it could be.
Yeah. So then the next meeting, more people showed up, and we started to discuss other things, like coming up with a name, bylaws, electing officials, and what the neighborhood association would be there for, yada, yada, yada. Yeah. Well, then this next one that we just had last night, they were supposed to send out flyers from the city. They were supposed to mail them out, but apparently the city decided they don't want to pay for that. So then we had some great local residents who are interested.
Door to door or something?
And went door to door
nice.
and we're putting,
invites.
And it was more, and if you look at it, the invite itself is very basic, just neighborhood association meeting, Central High School, yada, yada, yada. Come and, find out more. And now we haven't gotten very far in the process we haven't even decided if we want to do this yet, right? We're still not even a neighborhood association. And last night, all hell broke loose, in my opinion. Now, it wasn't that bad. I'm obviously being a bit, I'm exaggerating a little bit. But, man, right off the bat, hands are up. Old ladies are pissed. Can't hear you. Need a microphone. One lady thought it was an HOA instead of a neighborhood association and was like, I don't want to be in a thing with people telling me what to do. I lived here for 45 years and blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, oh, Jesus Christ.
Miscommunication, right? She didn't know.
Oh, yeah, there was a lot. So it was, and I felt really bad because a buddy of mine who kind of started this, right? A buddy of mine who I am good friends with, and we get along.
Respect him. And
I think we share a lot of the same core beliefs, and we have a lot of ideas that we want to, run with this neighborhood association thing. But, man, I felt so bad for him yesterday because he's just taking it on and he's not even, no one's in charge. We're just sort of, we have to have people.
Volunteers.
Right, you have to have people to organize these things, right? To put these things together because someone has to print the paperwork and someone has to kind of lead the meeting.
Set the dates and the time and the location.
Ask people to come, and he had a bunch of guest speakers come in, people from the city. The school superintendent was there, right? There, because we've got a huge building that just got donated to the school department.
Yes.
From and so.
Anyway.
Oh, Jesus Christ, dude. I don't know. I don't know if I can. Like, it's 6:35, and, we're still rambling on about, what kind of, city codes are going to get updated and crap.
Yeah, maybe there needs to be more of
I lived here most of my life, except for a couple of years when I went to the Army.
And it's all volunteers.
What about Cape Cods, and what about these Cape Cod buildings? And Anyways.
You need focus.
I just wanted to update you on the situation, because I don't know how... we go forward with this right now. It's kind of we got another month.
Lean into an expert, maybe.
Well, I think the numbers might be down next month because I don't think a lot of people knew what the hell was going on, and so they showed up, which was great. But when you've got 50 or 60 people, which is still a very small percentage of the people that live in our
but
community.
It's a larger group, and you can't hear everybody. And it wasn't
that hard. It wasn't. This one person was definitely
having a challenging evening.
Yeah. Anyways,
that was your night.
We'll see how it goes. And, of course, I wasn't feeling all the best, and I'm just sitting there, and I'm like, oh, my God. And they got 9 things on the agenda. We're not even done with the second one, and we're an hour in. And this dork from the city is just rambling on and on and on about all this code crap. And it's like, dude, we don't even have an association yet, bro. I'm like, we're not even going to be able to make any decisions about any of this crap yet because we're not even in an association.
Mm-hmm. Do you have a cool name?
No, not yet. Okay. I'm sure it's going to suck. But, well, it goes...
At least get a cool name.
Well, it's probably going to be like, it's
based on your neighborhood.
It'll be the Pamel Creek Neighborhood Association probably is my guess, because that's kind of what the thing that everybody knows in our neighbor. Anyways, yeah.
PCN.
There was that.
There's also some tiny little weird storm cells that went through yesterday afternoon.
The hail.
Hail, tree branches down, power outages, and it lasted like 20 minutes. It was like a mini tornado almost, so we've got that.
Got a text from Mike, who was at the meeting last night. He said, I think we should move the meetings back to Schmitty's so we could have a few beers during
there was no alcohol served last night. That was probably best.
Yeah.
That was best.
Well, I was already on some cough medicine and Hall's mentholatus, so I don't know how much... Jim texting in saying avoid an HOA. It's not an HOA. This has nothing. That was the problem with this one lady, was that
confusion.
This is not a homeowners association.
No,
this is a neighborhood association that is just for people that live there that want to have more say in the city government, right? That want to,
not the same, different.
All right, lots to get to. We got Karens of the day. We got more than one Karens, and it's One Gotta Go Wednesday.
I knew that.
So we'll get to that and a whole bunch of other stuff. RockMornings.com if you want to get in touch with us.
Rock Mornings with Brian and Gene on your rock station.
Rock Mornings with Brian and Gene. Sad news out of the world of music as Frank Beard, the drummer for ZZ Top, died on Monday at his ranch in Texas. He was just 77 years old. No word on the cause of death. Guitarist and singer Billy Gibbons called him a great friend and collaborator, one of the most naturally innovative drummers and a great and true son of Texans. Frank Beard joined Gibbons and ZZ Top shortly after they released their first single called Salt Lick back in 1969. That very same year, they added bassist Dusty Hill, and that's kind of how you knew ZZ Top for the next 30-plus years.
When I drove down to Houston, I hunted all over the place. Found Billy Gibbons, made him go to the rehearsal studio, and we jammed for about 8 hours.
It didn't take 30 minutes, it didn't take 30 seconds. I knew that Frank Beard had the kind of chops that I was looking for. And I decided to enter Frank Beard as the new drummer. He said, oh, by the way, I know a bass player that would really round this out. Next thing you know, we're in another jam session, Dusty Hill. And that first shuffle in C lasted for 3 solid, uninterrupted hours. At the end, we pulled it to the curb, and I said, you know what? I think this is going to work. And that's really the genesis which led up to the trio that you now know today as ZZ Top.
Frank Beard did take time off last year dealing with an unspecified health issue. He returned several months later, but did not play with ZZ Top on their tour at all this year. And, of course, he's named Frank Beard, but he was the only guy who didn't have a beard.
I had a beard, but it wasn't near the beard they had, and so I shaved it pretty much right after we got back together when I saw that they had this much and I didn't have, I had this much.
Frank didn't mind being beardless. After all, he had the name, and he could go to the shopping mall without being interrupted.
He wouldn't go to the mall with me or anything. He just went, I'm not going out in public with you because you get recognized now.
It's a good reason not to grow one of those lengthy beards, right? Kind of incognito.
Leaves Billy Gibbons the remaining sole survivor of the original lineup of ZZ Top. By the way, that guy, interesting life, overcame some serious drug addictions, like 3 years in a rehab facility and trying to get sober. Large amounts of money on LSD and coke and heroin back in the day, but became sober and then had a ranch, got into sports car racing. He was into racing for a while. He was into golf. He did a lot for charities in the area that he lived in Texas, and Dead at 77.
77. Frank Beard, drummer for ZZ Top, passing away on Monday. You got any frozen fruit bars in your refrigerator, in your freezer?
Yes.
Dryers?
Not that, no.
Okay.
I don't think so.
Well, there's a
No.
recall. Glass contamination. That's not good. You're sucking on a frozen fruit bar,
Cut
and the
your
next
tongue
thing you
right
know, you got a
open?
piece of glass in there. Dryers Grand Ice Cream voluntarily recalling select Outshine fruit bars due to possible glass contamination.
I know exactly what you're talking
affected
about.
products include 5 different flavors of the fruit bars: grape, watermelon, strawberry, black cherry, and tangerine. They were distributed to retailers nationwide. The affected 2.5-ounce treat bars distributed to retailers all over the country. So check your freezers for Dryers Grand Ice Cream. Voluntary recall. Some of their flavors may be contaminated with glass.
Well, it's the Outshine brand. You see them. It's a green box, and they're the real fruit bars as opposed to being, mostly popsicles, sugar, water. I think these are mostly fruit, and glass, apparently.
And glass.
Yeah.
Possibly glass. I'm sure you've heard of Lake Mead.
Yeah. Oh, of course.
Yeah. Very famous lake.
Yeah.
While they're experiencing a drought right now.
Is it dry?
It's very dry, and it's so dry that dead bodies are popping up.
You guys want to go see a dead body?
Yeah, human remains are being found because the water level is so low. An apparent human skeletal remains, including a jaw with the teeth still attached, found at Lake Mead on Sunday. Water levels sinking to new lows amid that drought and the scorching heat in the west. August 16th, the Lake Mead Interagency Communication Center got a report of a potential human remains at Boulder Beach. National Park Service rangers and the Vegas Metropolitan Police Department responding. Incident remains under investigation. No additional info available. The bones were discovered by a woman with her friend and his daughter on the shoreline. This guy was picking up rocks and throwing them in the water, and then eventually picked up the jaw
Like a
with
face?
the teeth. Yeah.
A face? He picked up a face?
Yeah. Obviously, it'll take a while before they can track that down and identify who that belongs to. But yeah, Lake
Chicago
Mead.
mob. Is this was it tied to a brick at the bottom? Is that where it was?
Maybe one of these things where they put him in a barrel and the barrel got opened or something underwater, and the next thing you know, the body floated to the surface. This is creepy. This is some creep in Philadelphia who needs to be shot. And maybe he will be shot.
Is this the House of Horrors that was in
Philadelphia?
Philadelphia?
No, this is the mask.
Okay.
This is the mask guy. Different Philly guy.
No one cared who I was till I put on the mask.
Yeah, this is going to take a concealed carry. That'll end this problem real quick. Some jack-off in a creepy Halloween-like mask is running around and assaulting women and chasing after them and filming it while he does it, and has been evading the police so far. This guy fled the area, went to a train station, apparently went into a Dunkin' Donuts, tried to get service, but he had the mask on. They wouldn't serve him. Then he had erratic behavior. And this guy is on the loose in Philly, chasing down and assaulting a woman while wearing a doll mask. This was on Wednesday last week near City Hall. One woman was asked if she was ready to die while he was chasing other women around and filming it. I don't know how nobody caught this guy or got involved or whatever, but chased a 40-year-old woman, made threatening comments, holding his hand behind his back. As a woman was trying to run, she fell and injured herself. There's pictures of this guy all over the internet, but somebody with a concealed carry hopefully will take care of this problem. End that real quick. Some lunatic running around.
So he's chasing joggers and people that are just out on the street, and he's wearing a Chucky mask, essentially, and filming it.
Yeah, and they'll track him down eventually, obviously, but
so threats, harassment, assault.
All that stuff. Another example of why it may not be a good idea to go on a cruise.
Oh, no, what happened now?
A couple of guests were arrested for allegedly forcing their way inside a cabin and attacking fellow passengers. So there's a couple from Ohio, a guy named Gannon and his girlfriend named Brooklyn. They were apparently arguing in their cabin after drinking alcohol all night.
So they're back at their place, and it's the two of them.
Well,
and
the people next door can obviously hear them arguing because they're having a knockdown drag out. The couple or the family next to them, asked them to quiet down. That's when this guy went in to confront them, pushed themselves into their cabin, recording it all on their cell phone, and started beating these people up, including a 9-year-old child.
Who's beating who up? The loud people are beating
the loud people went into the
up.
other people's cabin.
Okay.
Told them to mind their own damn business, and then started beating people up, including their 9-year-old kid. The guy, Jay Cox is his last name. He faces 3 charges of felony burglary with assault or battery, 1 charge of felony child abuse. The woman charged with 1 count of felony burglary with assault or battery and 1 count of misdemeanor battery. But, yeah, that's a really nice thing
So they were arguing. The neighbors said, hey, could you please keep it down?
Yeah,
and they said, no, we're coming in to beat you up instead.
Essentially, yeah. And last but not least, the frat bros. Did you see this story?
I did. Well, I saw it, yes. So it sounds like there was a cocaine ring, but was it being run by one of their dads who's a lawyer or something?
I think the dad was hiding evidence. He had a safe with some stuff in it, but he obviously knew about it, or the kid came to him at one point, and then he decided to try to cover it all up. But no, these are 2 separate fraternities at Penn State. One of them is recognized by the university and has been put on suspension. The other one is not recognized and is outside of their ability to govern them. But a bunch of 14 kids running this huge cocaine trafficking ring, using their pledges to fill and cut the cocaine and fill the baggies with it, and that's how you get into the frat.
Cocaine's a hell of a drug.
More than a dozen of these Penn State frat bros busted for running a complex cocaine trafficking ring out of 2 separate frats that were forcing young pledges to cut and bag the drugs that they then sold to students. 14 people, including a native of Long Island who was at the very top of the chain, slapped with charges in connection with the multi-state trafficking scheme. The guy at the top of the list is this Agostino Abatiello, who was a Penn State student until 2024 and is a Sigma Chi fraternity brother. The other fraternity was Delta Epsilon. And, these guys all getting arrested, charged with a bunch of different stuff. The dad of one of these kids.
So, like, obstructing more than actually being... The dad, anyway, the lawyer, it was more like obstructing than actually being involved in the ring itself at this point? Is that what you're saying? Like, hiding evidence, but not necessarily... Well, I guess he was aware, wasn't he?
Yeah, obviously he was aware of this whole thing. But Paul Robinson, who is one of the kids' fathers, charged with felony tampering, hindering apprehension for taking steps to conceal evidence, including a safe that contained drugs and cash, and obstructing the investigation. So, yeah, these guys are all in really, really, really big trouble.
Bro, I'm straight up not having a good time.
Yeah,
frat bros.
Seems like it's a violation of school policy, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It will be, it sounds like it's...
A lot of money, though. A lot of money. Getting away with it for a while. Sports coming up in a bit. Rockmornings.com. One Gotta Go Wednesday. Let us know where you're working. If you want to text in, find all of our info on the website. We'll get to our Karens of the day as well. Right now, it's Five Finger Death Punch, who were just at Mystic Lake Casino last night. Did you see the pictures?
I haven't yet.
No? Yeah,
it's
apparently
fun.
Pretty good show.
Rock Mornings with Brian and Gene. Find them online at rockmornings.com.
All right, Gary Sanchez is going to try his hand at pitching. I'm not giving up a run. Let him know, Gary. There's a breaking ball. Take it to the bag. It's a shutout. Gary Sanchez to the finish line. And a record-setting night for the Brewers. Ties a Major League record for largest margin of victory in a shutout in the modern era.
Yeah. They scored not one, not two.
Not one.
Not 2, not 3.
22 friggin' runs last night.
Yeah.
Every time someone got on base, they scored.
22.
Essentially. The Brewers matching baseball's modern era record for the biggest shutout, beating the Mariners 22-0 last night behind 3 home runs from Yelich, Hamilton, and Lara, and a 2-run shot by Jake Bowers. Major League best. Brewers, who are 78-48, matched their franchise record for runs in a game. And since 1901, the only previous 22-0 wins were the Pittsburgh team over the Chicago Cubs back on September 16th, 1975, the Pirates over the Cubbies, and then Cleveland over the New York Yankees on August 31st of 2004. Crazy. The Brewers just beating the bag out of the Mariners last night, 22-0.
And you're in the stands and you're like, I'll get a beer when this when the scoring's taking a break. Oh man, I'll go get some nachos when I get a break in the scoring action here. I mean, it must have been so exciting to be at. Just it's run after run after run. Well, 3 home runs, right? You said so. I mean, fantastic.
The nice thing about games like that, which I like at least, is when you get these position players coming in at the end of the game to kind of mop up. Like they had Sanchez on the mound, and he's throwing nothing but straight gas at 45 miles an hour. And these guys still can't crank one out of the ballpark. Now, he was probably throwing it about 60 miles an hour, but still, like, you see the difference in these position players who have no business being on the bump, but he's still out there on the mound doing it because you don't want to use up your arms in the bullpen. Why would you? Yeah.
Once you've got a, 10, 12-run lead?
Yeah, can we put the ball boy out there? Can we get the water boy out there or something like that? Bat kid, can we get him out there to throw some pitches? Same two teams, by the way, tonight at 6:40, the Brewers and Mariners. Hopefully they didn't use all their runs in one game. NFL preseason week 2 kicks off tomorrow night. Whole bunch of games this weekend. You got 2 games tomorrow night. Vegas Raiders are at the Houston Texans at 7 on ESPN. The 49ers are at the Chargers at 9 p.m. on the NFL Network. Packers are in Denver to take on the Broncos on Friday night at 8 p.m. on the NFL Network. And the Vikings are at home against the Ravens on Saturday at noon. That game will be on ESPN Unlimited. And then the Bears are at the Bengals on Saturday at 6 p.m.
The Bears.
NFL's continued growth internationally is going to eventually result in a franchise, maybe more than one franchise, overseas. NFL Commissioner Roger Goodell says he has, quote, no doubt that an international team or more will be in the NFL's future. He said at some point there will be NFL teams, plural, outside the USA. This was during a German television interview with a former player, Marcus Kuhn. He said, I have no doubt that this will happen one day. I mean, they're obviously playing more and more international games. They're looking at different markets. You could easily see a team somewhere in Mexico, like Mexico City. They go there occasionally. Mm-hmm. That's not as far of a drive as, let's say, London.
Yeah, right. To be able to get them to play, it wouldn't be as far. Yes, I see what you're saying. To play the Cowboys, it wouldn't be that big of a deal, right?
Or, a team in Canada, maybe. Maybe down to... I have no idea. We'll see. Bill Rasmussen, the guy who started ESPN, died at the age of 93. He and his son, Scott Rasmussen, the co-founders of ESPN, began the fledgling television station back in 1979 when ESPN launched as the world's first 24-hour TV network. Did you know that?
I did not know that. I would have said CNN was probably better.
Yeah. He and his son Scott co-founded ESPN with Bill serving as ESPN's first president and CEO. And on September 7th of 1979, the Entertainment and Sports Programming Network, ESPN, was born. Also, the WNBA All-Star Game is coming to Valhalla. You know where that is?
Nope. Do I?
That's the Chase Center, home of the Golden State Valkyries. The WNBA announced yesterday that the 2027 All-Star Weekend will be held at the Chase Center, home of the Golden State Valkyries. They refer to it as Valhalla as opposed to Valhalla. Expansion franchise is going to have the Shooting Skills Challenge returning for the second year on July 30th, along with the three-point shootout. The All-Star Game will be next year on July 31st from the Chase Center there where the Golden State Valkyries play. Got a text from Jim. Said, avoid an HOA at all costs. Mine is worthless. I said, it's not an HOA. It's a neighborhood association. Two totally different things.
Yes. Well, you wouldn't have an HOA where you live. You're not in a condo. You're not in a complex or whatever.
Neighborhood.
You're just a neighborhood.
We do have an HOA in our in our district, in our, actually, just
because there's condos or whatever.
No, there's a little cul-de-sac right off one of the streets where we live, and they are an HOA, and they have to have the same lawn care. Mm-hmm. They have the same, all that stuff. But that's not where we live. Thanks, Jim. Said better save some of those runs when the Brewers play the Braves this weekend.
Yeah. Not everything out of the can, right?
Got a text from somebody who wants to hear some Tesla. Said, good morning, Brian and Gene. Wondering if you could play Modern Day Cowboy by Tesla. I can, and I will. And I'll do that next. Thanks for the request.
Rock Mornings with Brian and Gene on your rock station.
Go ahead and have another garage beer or Liquid Death Sparkling Energy. Then send your pee to the AI data center of your choice. We even make it easy with these collectible, sealable mugs.
Technically, they don't want your pee, but they do want you to drink more Liquid Death and more garage beer. I'm sure you know about garage beer. The Kelsey brothers.
Yes.
Got their own beer.
It says, right on the label. Mm-hmm.
A lot of people don't want the AI data centers because they suck up a ton of water to keep themselves from overheating. There's a constant humming, apparently. There's all sorts of other reasons, but...
so Liquid Death is saying something about
Liquid Death and Garage Beer partnering with one another and Jason Kelsey to create a commercial for their campaign where they want you to essentially drink their beer and their water and then pee into a collectible can, send it in, and maybe they'll use that to cool down the AI data centers. Yeah, drink their beverages, produce as much pee as humanly possible, and send it to AI data centers so they can pee on computers together and save humanity.
Right, so as Crude's humorous take on the 5 million gallons of water a day that are necessary to cool their servers. So
yeah. I'm sure there's going to be people that'll be sending in pee right away, Gene. New episode of America's Got Talent tonight on NBC. The quarterfinals start at 7 p.m. Also a new episode of Who Wants to Be a Millionaire on ABC.
Millionaire is back with famous friends playing for charity.
Are you going to be mad if I'm wrong?
No.
The charity's mine.
And someone is bound to become a meme.
Don't take my word for it.
Millionaire premieres Wednesday, July 22nd on ABC.
Also a new episode of Nation's Dumbest on Fox starting at 8 p.m. Elle King, Dr. Drew, Andrew Yang, John Heder, and Steve-O have all graduated and are not the nation's dumbest. Carmen Electra was expelled.
Yes.
So the 6 remaining celebrities trying to avoid being named the nation's dumbest are Anthony Michael Hall, Ice-T, former NFL quarterback Matthew Leinart, JoJo Siwa, Hilaria Baldwin, and some TikTok guy named Chase Hudson.
And don't they get like money for their charity or something?
I have no idea what's happening. Okay. I don't know if I care. All I know is this was on the television somewhere. I forget where we were, but it was on a TV and I was watching it, and Matthew Leinart is a complete moron. This is the guy who took ballroom dancing as one of his as his only course the final year he was at USC. Do you remember that?
Yes.
And whatever, dude. Like, you're going to be a quarterback in the NFL.
Then you got one class left.
But, yeah. Episode 4 of Season 4 of Reacher is on Amazon today. Episode 3 of Ted Lasso Season 4 is on Apple TV.
Been waiting for that.
You've also got the second season premiere of Average Joe on Paramount Plus.
Let me get this straight. Your dad stole $10 million from the Russian mob.
Maybe we look for the rest of the money.
This is not who we are. Our daughter and I are going away for a while.
I have to get my family back together. And if that means going to Africa, then I'm going to Africa. I'll be right there with you, pal.
All right, so listen up. We have no idea what's going to be waiting for us.
That thing can get pretty nasty.
What are Americans doing in my country?
Killing my men.
Find them!
Average Joe Season 2 premiering today on Paramount Plus. You also got the streaming premiere of Is God Is on Amazon. It's a movie about 2 sisters with burn scars who reunite with their similarly burned up mom who orders them to kill their abusive father who lit them on fire when they were kids.
Yeah, man. Do I need all that?
Is God Is on Amazon.
Yay.
Late night shows that are new include Jimmy Fallon. He's got Fred Armisen, Michelle Monaghan, Patrick Wilson, and Weezer performing tonight. And then Rosie O'Donnell, who's hosting for Jimmy Kimmel this week, is talking to Charlie Day from Sunny in Philadelphia. New season just started yesterday.
About halfway through the Pan Am
Flight 103,
call
right?
it documentary, the
Flight 103?
dramatization of that, and
the dramatic retelling of the story.
Yeah, I wouldn't say learning a lot because it's not exactly based every little thing on history, but good enough, I guess, to reflect on that and just how in depth and wild that investigation was, involving all every country that was basically affected, which is massive, right? So
like 50, almost 50 different countries.
And it was it's impactful.
We didn't have a lot of time
Subtitles.
for television today or last night because we were involved with this neighborhood meeting, neighborhood association meeting. Did you everybody in your house seen the new Spider-Man? Everybody?
No. The five of us, actually.
Really?
Only, yeah.
Henry and Grace?
Henry and Ella.
Henry
Yep.
and Ella have both seen it, so
Yep.
you and Mike and Grace still?
Have not.
Not.
She went to see Odyssey. That was first on their list, and then they were going to go see that, and we haven't made it to the theater yet.
What is happening to me? Did you miss me, Spidey? I'm losing my mind. I am totally out of control. I gotta fix whatever this is right now.
Final semester MIT.
Dad, who do you think is actually watching these?
Maybe someone.
Okay, well, bye, someone.
What the? Dr. Benner, you found a way to suppress mutating DNA, right?
If you see me with this stuff, run.
Spider-Man Brand New Day just passing $2 billion
Crushing it.
at the box office, and that means Tom Holland, who plays Spider-Man, is getting paid. Going to be set for life. Tom's salary alone for the movie was $20 million, which is a nice little chunk of change. He also gets a percentage of the profits. Since the movie already made $2 billion, that's probably going to be in somewhere in the $100 million range. By the way, he only made $250,000 for his first appearance as Spider-Man back in Captain America: Civil War.
Yeah.
He got $500K, $500,000 for Spider-Man Homecoming.
Yeah,
then
here
he
we
got,
go. Price tag.
Well, then you want to talk about a jump. From Spider-Man Homecoming, where he made $500,000, he went up to $4 million for Spider-Man Far From Home. Then he got $10 million for Spider-Man No Way Home, and then $20 million for the new one, plus the percentage of the movie's global box office. That's a nice little chunk of change for Tom Holland.
Yeah. You're an actor, and they ask you if you'd like to be a superhero.
Yes,
Your
please.
answer is yes, please.
Especially in the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
I would like that very much.
Got a text from Bobby. Good morning, Brian and Gene. Happy Wednesday. Wondering if you could play Hell Yeah, Love Falls this morning if you have time. I haven't heard it in a while. Thank you. You're welcome, Bobby. I'll try to get to that in a bit.
He didn't tell us where he was working at, Bobby. Bobby, let us know.
I don't know if it's a him or a her.
Or a her. Her where you're working at, Bobby.
Tom texted in, said, good morning, Brian and Gene. Would you play some Dockin'? Have a great day. Rockin' like Dockin'. Also got a request from Tyler in Sparta, who said, good morning, Brian and Gene. It's my last day at my current job, ironically on Workforce Wednesday. I started a new gig on Monday. So a 4-day weekend for this guy.
And then a new job, a new outlook, a new chapter, a new book is getting opened.
Tyler from Sparta wants to hear some Poppy. We'll try to get to that as well.
Thanks for letting us know where you're working or not working or starting to work, as is the case.
Good to hear from you guys. Go to rockmornings.com for all our contact info.
Rock Mornings with Brian and Gene. Find them online at rockmornings.com.
Jordan Childs, gold medal winning gymnast. Just surprised her favorite high school teacher during a reunion at her former school in Vancouver, Washington. Jordan crediting Mrs. Gaines with helping her through a difficult moment when she was questioning whether to continue pursuing gymnastics. Jordan said the teacher's advice to follow her heart stayed with her throughout her career. The reunion was part of a campaign by Upworthy and Donors Choose, celebrating teachers who make lasting impacts on their students. Pretty cool moment there to see her.
Yeah, able to honor her teacher. And
several years later, return back to her high school and say, thank you very much, Mrs. Gaines.
Oh my gosh, it's so good to see you.
Good to see you too.
I wanted to surprise you.
You surprised me.
Because you are literally one of the best teachers I've ever had at this amazing high school. And I love you so, so much. And I just wanted to be able to come and just give you all the love and all the support with everything that you're doing.
I love you too.
Won the gold medal as part of the team at the 2024 Summer Olympics. Silver medal winning team at the 2020 Olympics. A member of the team that won gold at the 2022 World Championships. And now going back to her high school and saying thanks to her teacher.
That's very cool. And being able to give back like that. I've seen a number of, videos on TikTok or Reels, however you want, where famous people go back and are able to thank their teachers. And generally they walk into the classroom unexpected.
Right.
So all of a sudden they're there.
The kids know.
Yeah. And
They freak out.
It's so awesome to see that, whether they're athletes or actors or musicians, and they are reunited with that teacher that made a difference in their life. And it's really cool.
You ever seen an African pouched rat?
I don't think so. Does it go by another name, or is that...
No.
That's it. Okay.
Giant African pouched rats.
Cute or not? Rats don't necessarily...
Well, they look like rats. I mean, they're not like Ratatouille, but they're rats. The Sacramento Zoo welcoming 3 of these hero rats. They call them hero rats. Giant African pouched rats that are trained to detect things like tuberculosis, landmines, and trafficked wildlife.
Whoa.
Talk about a wide variety of things that these rats can be trained to do. Visitors will be able to see the rats in a new interactive habitat, and the zoo does plan to feature these hero rats in daily demonstrations showcasing their scent detection skills. The hero rats will also be part of the zoo's educational programs focusing on illegal wildlife trafficking.
Well, that is wild.
African pouched rats. 3 of them showing up. Pretty interesting. Usually you think of like dogs, like a bloodhound or something like that.
That's crazy. Apparently pretty blind and use their sense of smell pretty strongly, so that's what comes into play with the tuberculosis. But what a wild thing to find that it can do. You know what I mean? How do you connect those two?
Probably put them in a maze.
Mm-hmm.
Made sure they were getting the job done. Also, not sure if you saw this, Gene. I know you're a big fan of things returning to the Taco Bell menu, specifically the Mexican pizza. I know you were very happy about that.
I liked when they brought it back. It was my favorite.
Well, they're doing it again starting tomorrow, the 20th, available at participating locations nationwide. Taco Bell turning the clock back to 2016. They're bringing back 4 items starting tomorrow. The naked chicken chalupa for $5.99. Saying, does a taco actually need a tortilla? Crispy all-white chicken shell filled with cheddar cheese, lettuce, diced tomatoes, and avocado ranch sauce. They originally tested it in Kansas City in 2016 before a wider release the following year. You can also get one in a $9 Discovery Luxe box with a cheesy bean and rice burrito, a crunchy taco, and chips and nacho cheese sauce, and a medium drink. Also coming back tomorrow to Taco Bell from 2016, the Beefy Crunch Burrito.
Ooh, I remember that.
$2.79. Seasoned beef, flamin' hot Fritos, seasoned rice, reduced fat sour cream, nacho cheese sauce. Fans campaigning for this one to return for years. Taco Bell Rewards members, by the way, can order one through the app starting yesterday, 2 days before the rest of the menu drops, so it'll be ready to go tomorrow when it actually hits the menu.
If you will.
The Mexi Melt from 2016 is returning as well for $2.99.
Sure, yeah.
One of their longtime classics, combining seasoned beef, freshly prepared pico de gallo, and a warm 3-cheese blend inside of a soft flour tortilla. And then also returning to the menu at Taco Bell tomorrow since 2016, caramel apple empanadas for $2.99. Warm apple pieces and caramel tucked inside of crispy golden pastry. That one, obviously, a devoted following.
So if you have the app and you're a fan and you've been hankering for any of these throwback items, they're here for a limited time.
Got a text again from Bobby. You wanted to hear some hell yeah. Said, I love the show. You guys make my morning go faster. Just so you know, I'm a girl. LOL. I know.
Sorry, Bobby.
I know I've heard you say he or she. I work in Spotter. Well, I thought it was a girl because it's spelled with an I. B-O-B-B-I. And that's generally a sign that it's a female as opposed to a male.
Thanks for clarifying and letting us know where you're working
Not
today.
that I'm assuming gender. Please don't get all pissy.
Wednesday, it's workforce, so let us know where you are working. Thank you for being part of the program.
Corbin is wondering how the hero rats are going to do demonstrations. Well, my guess is it's like a cheese in a maze type thing, right? Like a labyrinth, right? Where they've got some kind of...
I have no idea. That's
sense.
#science and above me, and I don't know.
I'm sure the zoo is figuring it out or has figured it out. Thank you, Corbin. Thank you, Bobby. Thank you, everybody else who texted in. One Gotta Go Wednesday is coming up, and we'll get to that next.
Rock Mornings with Brian and Gene. Start your day with Rock Mornings.
One Gotta Go Wednesday. Giving you a list of things, and you got to get rid of one of them forever. This one's, I think, going to be pretty tough, Gene.
Okay.
I don't think you're going to have an easy time with this one, but I might be wrong. This is Party Appetizer Edition.
All right. I had a weird feeling yesterday. I don't know why. I thought it was going to be cereal. But we're at party appetizer.
Now, this is a standard party. This is not a funeral. This is not a...
So cheesy potatoes aren't on there.
Fancy schmancy type thing, right? This is not highfalutin
It's a
lifestyles.
charcuterie board. It's not a charcuterie board. This is a
Packer
game. Is this a Packer game?
This is a
thing?
Packer game, backyard party, day at the pool, birthday celebration, whatever it is. We're talking about an average, everyday, run-of-the-mill
get together
with appetizers, a potluck, if you will, people bringing different things. I think you know the ones. You have to get rid of one of these, Gene. Are you ready?
Could be Friday night. There's a Packer game Friday night.
Could be one of these that you got to get rid of. You got to pick one. One got to go Wednesday. You ready?
Yeah, I just should be.
Party apps edition.
Okay.
Deviled eggs.
Okay.
Pigs in a blanket. The grape jelly meatballs. Slow cooker little smokies. Or Wisconsin sushi. I'm assuming you know what that is.
I do know what that is.
Okay. You got to pick between one of those 5 to get rid of forever. One got to go Wednesday. Choosing one of the 5 party apps to get rid of, saving the other 4 from elimination. Deviled eggs, pigs in a blanket, grape jelly meatballs, slow cooker little smokies, and the Wisconsin sushi, which is the pickle wraps. My guess is you're going with deviled eggs.
No, probably not.
Really?
I never make or don't usually attend places where the ham cream cheese pickle is.
Really?
It's not often served. It wasn't a thing that my mom really ever had. The jelly meatballs, it's too easy, right? It's chili sauce.
2 bags of frozen meatballs, grape
it's
jelly,
jelly.
yep,
It's too easy. And it isn't a party without little
Same with the
meatballs.
smokies, right? You throw them in there with some barbecue sauce and you're good to go.
Yes, and my friend's mother has it's not a party unless there's little smokies at it, right? So and
Phrase
deviled
it
eggs,
pays.
while I don't bring them to parties, we do have them every Thanksgiving for sure. And so like getting rid of them forever, I don't like that. It's so Wisconsin. It's so old-fashioned. You know what I mean? It just goes... I like them. I don't love them, but I can't imagine having, Easter or Thanksgiving without them. So, I very rarely have the ham and or the bologna or whatever sandwich meat you want to use with the cream cheese and pickle. I like them, the little pinwheels. But they're not something that we frequent often, so that one would probably go.
Wisconsin sushi, huh? One got to go Wednesday. Gene is choosing the ham and cream cheese and pickle roll-ups.
Yeah, pigs in a blanket would be the other one. Just because if you're doing the smokies, you already got you know what I mean? You've already doing.
Yeah, but there's nothing wrong with having 7 types of dips and 8 types of weenies and
truth. Beer cheese dip, delicious.
Yeah, I didn't go with dips. We already did a dip edition of this before, but
somebody brought one just recently that did work that had leftovers, and man, was that good, delicious.
Party app edition of One Got to Go Wednesday, choosing between deviled eggs, pigs in a blanket, grape jelly meatballs,
I do love the grape jelly meatball.
Slow cooker little smokies, and the Wisconsin sushi. Here's the one I'm getting rid of, and here's why. First of all, I would not get rid of any of them. I love them all. They're all quite delicious, and I don't need much more than that at a party. I'm fine without any sort of entree. If you just bring a bunch of little apps, I'm very happy with that.
Me too. And it's keep going back, right? Like, I didn't eat 27 meatballs. No, I didn't.
Here's the one I'm getting rid of. Little smokies in a slow cooker. And here's the reason why. It has nothing to do with them being worse or better or something I don't like. Here's the issue at hand.
Is it eating them?
Deviled eggs. How do you eat it, right? It's on the tray. You pick one up. It's gone. Pigs in a blanket. Generally... toothpick, crock pot, maybe on a plate, something along those. You can pick it up very easily, right?
Meatballs, toothpick.
Meatball, toothpick right there. Wisconsin sushi, just hammering them, bro. Hammering them. Just one after the other every time I go by the table.
Oh, man, here's another one.
Smokies.
What do you do with that?
Unless the crock pot is full, it's very difficult to take the toothpick and poke it in there without having to like find something to jam the smoky up against, like the side of the crock pot or the bottom.
And you can't do a slotted spoon?
Don't want to do it. No, I'm not. This is a no plate edition. That's the benefit.
You're just walking around eating.
Well, yeah. That's why I'm picking the Smokies, because I just want to be able to grab and go.
So you're no plating it. You're just
that's why the Smoky.
Really hammering it.
Every time you go by the table, it's like it's less guilt. A lot. You got that big giant plate. You're like, oh God, I got to hammer this whole plate down, right? I got to take this thing to.
There's no counting. Who knows how many?
I don't know how many times I've walked by.
I don't know how many meatballs.
And with the Smokies, it's just too much effort to get it on the toothpick. And I don't want to have to scoop them out and put them on a plate.
You're going plateless. Plateless,
that's usually how I roll. That's usually how I roll.
You're just, you're hovering. You're just,
Not even a hover, just sort of a walk by. It's just sort of a walkabout. Yeah, it really is. I'm perusing. Can I help you find it? No, I'm good. I'm just looking. Thank you.
Oh, wow, these are great meatballs. I didn't know these were here.
The meatball's very easy, right? Unless there's only like a couple and there's too much sauce in there, right? You're at the bottom. But you can almost always stick a toothpick in the meatball and get it out of the slow cooker and execute that play in one swift motion. But the Smokies a whole different thing, because a lot of times there'll be less of them in there.
Well, yeah, you have to.
And they're bouncing around, and then you got to slide spoon them out. And I don't want all that work. I really don't. Everything else is just very easy to pick up and just in one bite, it's all gone. See you later. It's like it didn't even happen, Gene.
Mm-hmm. Oh no, I haven't even had a plate yet. No thanks.
No thanks. I will get rid of the little Smokies in the crock pot if I got to get rid of one. It's One Gotta Go Wednesday Party App Edition. RockMornings.com. We'll get to your responses here in just a bit, see what you guys have to say. Again, getting rid of one of these 5 items from a Wisconsin run-of-the-mill party.
Yeah, and yours has nothing to do with taste or liking. It has to do with the walkabout eating.
Deviled eggs, pigs in a blanket, grape jelly meatballs, slow cooker little Smokies, and Wisconsin sushi. I think I could eat like a whole tray of Wisconsin. Because what is it, like 4 pickles and a slice and a half of ham? You know what I mean?
And then they're just cut into.
Well, you think if they're this big, right? And an average pickle's about, so you're getting like 5 or 6 of them.
I could eat 10, 12.
We got to do something. Can we do that here at this dump?
What? Instead of
random brownies and Rice Krispie squares showing up, which were great yesterday, can we have some sort of running thing on like Thursdays or Wednesdays where we all bring in some sort of
like a little app, like an app,
like a morning app thing, thing, like where people in the morning can get them. That would be nice.
Sushi.
All right, let us know what your response is to One Gotta Go Wednesday. We'll get to your answers and a Karen or 2 of the day. We'll get to a couple of those and bad news, happy music as well.
Rock Mornings with Brian and Gene. Find the daily podcast at rockmornings.com.
All right, Gary Sanchez is going to try his hand at pitching. I'm not giving up a run. Let him know, Gary. There's a breaking ball. Take it to the bag. It's a shutout. Gary Sanchez to the finish line, and a record-setting night for the Brewers. Ties a Major League record for largest margin of victory in a shutout in the modern era.
22-0 the final score last night as the Brewers all over the Mariners. And as Jim said when he texted in earlier, you just hope they didn't use up all their runs before the next couple of games against Seattle and then their series against the Braves.
Then, yeah.
I mean, look, they're the best team in baseball. I don't think that's going to happen, but you could see them maybe taking a night off tomorrow or tonight.
Do they do something fun promotionally with 22 now? Is there some sort of thing they can turn around real quick and do a...
I wouldn't. You didn't set any... I mean, you matched a record, but you didn't set a record. I think if you set a record, you do a T-shirt or a hat or something like that, but...
Oh, I was talking about, 22-ounce beers or, like some sort of play on it.
Maybe something at the ballpark, maybe. NFL Week 2 of the preseason starts tomorrow night with the Vegas Raiders at the Houston Texans. That game will be on ESPN at 7. You also got the 49ers and Chargers at 9 on the NFL Network. Packers play on Friday night, as you mentioned, in Denver, taking on the Broncos. Connor Zilic, we got a text from Doc about this earlier this week. He was patting himself on the back. I think he strained his flexor muscle from all the padding he did on his sweet little D. What was it? Little Sweet D?
Sweet D.
Sweet Willie D. Sweet Willie D's back Sweet Willie D is getting his back all padded by Sweet Willie D. He's doing one of these, and he's got a little flexor strain.
It's like he looked into a crystal racing ball and told us weeks ago that that was going to happen. And
July 24th race report. I called it. Zilich signs multi-year deal with Hendricks Motorsports, and then shared the link, and then.
He knew what he was talking about.
President get a wiener picture as well included with that. Some sort of look at me.
He knew what he was talking about.
Connor Zilich signing a multi-year contract with Hendrick Motorsports earlier this week to drive the number 48 Chevrolet beginning in 2028. Zilich, 20-year-old rookie, currently driving for Trackhouse Racing, will replace front rowman Alex Bowman behind the wheel. Bowman announced, of course, last month that he will step away from full-time racing at the end of next year. And that means that Zilich will move over and take over in the 48.
Green, 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 go, go, go. Boogity, 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 up the hill, boys.
Elsewhere in NASCAR, police in Iredell County, North Carolina, announced yesterday they have identified and charged the suspect responsible for burglarizing the home of former NASCAR driver Greg Biffle 3 weeks after Biffle died in that plane crash. Might remember this story?
I sure do.
Multi-state investigation lasting 8 months. The sheriff's office there charging 44-year-old Terrell Williams of Stone Mountain, Georgia, with multiple felonies, including second-degree burglary, safe cracking, there's one you don't hear very often, money laundering, obtaining property by false pretense, possession of burglary tools, larceny of firearms, larceny, and breaking and entering. He's currently being held without bond in Cobb County, Georgia, with the big boss
So
man.
no relation, no friend, not a... Because it sounded like for a while they thought some of the people that
Somebody
were
was in on
involved there was an inside job of some sorts, but it sounds like a stranger?
Amanda Anisimova. Have you heard of her before? She's a tennis player. Got in a little bit of controversy recently because she was having a drink in the middle of her match that looked like beer. Normally you have a water bottle, maybe you got some sort of energy drink, you got a Gatorade, something along those lines, but this was in a plastic pint cup that you would normally see fans having a beer at. The tennis match, right? Up in the stands. And it had that beer look to it. It had a little bit of bubbles, maybe a little bit of a foam top. Had that amber, yellowy kind of color that a beer normally would have.
Be apple cider, Brett?
I mean, I would never suggest that a player was drinking a beer in the middle of a match, but
I've never seen that.
That's certainly what it looked like.
Amanda Anisimova brewing up a little bit of controversy.
So was it?
During her match against Alex Iela on Monday. Commentators debating whether or not she was drinking a beer on the job. This is in the round of 32, her win at the Cincinnati Open. Brett Haber and Lindsay Davenport dissecting the footage of her drinking from a clear cup amid a changeover. Ended up getting to the bottom of it. Apparently, it wasn't beer. It was just a plain old Red Bull.
Red Bull gives you wings.
Yeah, just having a Red Bull there mid-match. But everybody was like, is she down in beers? No, it's just a Red Bull. Little pick-me-up. Ended up winning the match, so it worked out for her.
Yeah.
Not sure why she went with the cup instead of the can, but...
Could that be apple cider? Do you think that's apple cider?
Some sort of new hydration trick that she's working on. And what's the number one rule of Fight Club, Gene?
You're not supposed to bring it up.
The first rule of Fight Club is you do not talk about Fight Club. The second rule of Fight Club is you do not talk about Fight Club.
You shouldn't bring it up.
This guy in the stands didn't get the message because not only was he videotaping the fight between the Cubs and the White Sox fans in the cheap seats, but then he went on TV and started talking about it.
What we got was definitely a little bit more than what I thought was going to happen for sure. Never seen a fight, never been to a crosstown classic, so this was definitely a 2-for-1 special, I'd say. Tensions were a little high for sure in the outfield last night. It really all just kind of happened within 1 to 2 minutes. They stood up, beers got thrown, drinks got thrown, kicks. A lot of the videos from the behind the plate, actually, they're zooming in and you can see us in the back. So a lot of people have been texting us, seeing us in the back.
This kid and his dad were apparently at the game, and the fight started to break out in front of them in the cheap seats between the Cubs and the White Sox on Monday nights at Wrigley. And at first, it was a little dust-up, and then it turned into an all-out brawl, and fans were going all over the place, kicks and beers and fists flying everywhere, people tumbling down the bleachers. Nobody got arrested, though. Just some wild fracas out there in the cheap seats, bunch of beer-drinking lunatics.
Well, inner community, right? Fans from both sides of the aisle there.
The north side, south side rivalry,
kind of
the whole
thing.
Yeah, very, very Pope-like, those White Sox fans. They just had the Pope hat night, and now here they are throwing fists out there in the bleachers.
Hell yeah. Come to us, man.
Cops and security were able to get out there and break it up. Apparently, nobody got arrested, though. Wild videos, though, if you want to see it, if you haven't seen it yet, of the Cubs and White Sox fans. A little dust up there.
Tearing it up.
Oh, yeah. You got to know what you're getting into when you sit in those seats. Like, that's bound to happen, right?
There's always probably a chance,
There's
right?
a reason why those seats are $8.
Yes, the inner city rivalry, and you're getting the cheap seats, and you know it might be an afternoon. You know what I mean? We're going there, and it might be an afternoon.
One Gotta Go Wednesday. We're going to get to your responses in just a few minutes.
Rock Mornings with Brian and Gene. Weekdays, 6 to 9.
Pretty reckless. Rock Mornings, Brian and Gene. Lots of ways to get in touch with us. You can obviously email, you can text, you can leave us a voicemail by downloading one of the two apps, whether it's the 95.7 The Rock app or the 92.9 The X app. Submit voicemails, pictures, and videos through the apps. You can sign up for contests. You can listen live on the apps.
Mm-hmm. If you look at the app right now here, so right on the very bottom, you're going to see voicemail right in the center. It's a little microphone. You just click that, record whatever you want, whenever you want, and it goes directly to us. We get notified right away. So if you've got something you want to say, voicemail all the time right there. Just open mic. Get in touch with us.
Good morning. This is Deanna. I was just wondering if you could play Set It Off, Killer in the Mirror for my birthday, and I'm down in Soldiers Grove listening at work today. Thank you.
Thank you, Deanna. Listening at work in Soldiers Grove, wants to hear some Set It Off. We'll try to get to that.
On her birthday.
Happy birthday. Say it's your birthday.
Just as easy as that. So again, on the app, if you haven't downloaded them yet, get those and then open the app, and right there on the bottom, you'll see the voicemail with the open mic little symbol there. Start record. Press to start recording, right like that, and immediately comes to us.
Also getting a lot of response for our One Gotta Go Wednesday. Today's edition is based on party appetizers. These are appetizers you expect to see at most, if not all, Wisconsin parties.
I didn't realize the sushi roll-ups that we were talking about, like it can be ham or dried beef, chip beef some people use, I guess, apparently.
Ham.
But it's also called Lutheran sushi.
Is it?
Apparently. That's the other nickname for it. But, Wisconsin sushi. So the ham
I've
and
heard
the cream cheese.
ham and pickle roll-ups,
yes.
and then I've heard Wisconsin sushi. But
Lutheran as well, I guess.
A text from Mama Kim says, camel meat meatballs. Yuck. I think maybe it's some of those meatballs do have a very strange mouthfeel. And part of that is because they're like not high quality meat, is my guess.
Get the good ones.
Yeah. You could make your own.
Yes, you can also do that.
You certainly don't have to eat the ones that are frozen. It's just a lot easier. Alex texting in, toothpick supremacy, no plate either. I'll consider grabbing a plate for Little Smokies, however. So I don't know which one Alex is getting rid of, but...
Mm-hmm. He's also a walk-by consumer. Is that what is happening like you? You just like...
That's what they're there for. That's why they're called finger foods, because I don't want to get any silverware involved.
I don't actually want a plate of food. I just want an unlimited number of walk-bys.
T-Stat texting in, saying, good morning, Brian and Gene. Just wanted to weigh in and say grape jelly meatballs can leave. Also, if you have some time to throw on some Seether, it would be appreciated. Thanks and have a good day.
I think that's one of those things people either like or just hate. You know what I mean? Like, it's the grape jelly and the chili sauce. You gotta get the chili sauce in there.
Again, One Gotta Go Wednesday, choosing between the 5 different appetizers that we listed. Deviled eggs, pigs in a blanket, grape jelly meatballs, Little Smokies in a slow cooker, and then the Wisconsin sushi, a.k.a. the ham roll-ups or Lutheran
Lutheran roll-ups, Minnesota roll-ups, they call them that. Minnesota sushi as well. It's very I don't know if it's always ham at the parties you go to. Sometimes
I've never had dried chip cheese or whatever the hell you were saying. What were you saying?
Dried chip. No, it's always been. Well, it can be, but
Dean texted in and said, "How dare you, Gene? Those meatballs can go." Gene wanted to get rid of the Wisconsin sushi.
I just don't make it very often. That's all I'm saying.
I'm getting rid of the smokies, not because I don't want to eat them, but because I don't want to get involved with a plate and a slotted spoon. I want to be able to take a toothpick or my bare hands, grab the food, and eat it right away, as opposed to getting involved with some sort of plate and sit down and blah, 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 blah.
Have you ever had the roll-up made into like a dip?
Yeah, the ham roll-up dip.
Yeah, see, now that, delicious.
It's similar for me with dips, too. Like, people who take a big spoon of dip and put it on a plate. Like, no, I'm just going to walk by and dip every time I go by. I'm not going to double dip. That's rude. But I'm just going to take a chip dip and go about my business. I don't need a whole plate. It's just too much. I don't want to get involved in plates.
Is it the plates and the shaming? Is it the amount?
No.
You don't want to know how much you've had? Or?
Look, these are finger foods. They're appetizers. They're supposed to be a la carte, right? One at a time, just having a good day. Just all right. It's not a sit-down meal type thing for me. Ray texting in saying, "Good morning, Brian and Gene. The Wisconsin sushi would have to go only because I love everything else on the list. Have a great day."
I love everything on the list, but yeah, you have to pick. You have to, and I think I'd rather have it as a pickle wrap dip.
Lucas apparently never doesn't know his head from his ass because this is like
he's unfamiliar with these or what?
Wisconsin 101 as far as I'm concerned, and I'm not even from here. He said, "Grape jelly meatballs, born in La Crosse, raised west of the river, and I've never heard of grape jelly meatballs. LMAO, no thanks."
No, well, it's not grape jelly. Have you ever had, I think maybe he's thinking it's different. It's the barbecued meatballs. It just so happens they're made with grape jelly. Yeah,
it's like chili sauce and grape jelly and then frozen meatballs.
Correct.
You mix the three things in a crock pot, and it's delightful.
So maybe you knew them as barbecued meatballs, not grape jelly meatballs.
Well, I call them grape jelly meatballs because you use grape jelly.
Yes.
All right. Well, Lucas.
Meatballs, barbecued meatballs. Have you heard of that? They're kind of sticky. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Sticky and sugary and delicious.
Got a text from Mike. Detailing from Maine on Workforce Wednesday.
Ooh, like car detailing?
Love lifting to you guys. Is that lifting or listening?
Probably
maybe both. Maybe he's listening and lifting. Could you play anything by 3 Days Grace? I can, and I will. Thank you, Mike. Appreciate that. But one got to go Wednesday discussing which one of the party appetizers we want to get rid of. I'm getting rid of the smokies just simply because I don't want to get involved with a plate and a slotted spoon.
Some people use barbecue sauce instead of the chili sauce mixed with the grape jelly, by the way, like a Baby Ray's kind of thing, so you can do that too.
That's kind of what you do with the smokies, though, right? You put a barbecue sauce in there. That's why the grape jelly is so different.
Or brown sugar, yeah.
It cuts down, the sugary sweetness cuts down on the chili spiciness there. Party App Edition, rockmornings.com. We've got not one, but two Karens of the day coming up in a bit. Also, we'll get to bad news, happy music later on. Looks like it's going to be pretty nice out the next couple of days. It's a lot of sunshine.
I looked this morning, and I didn't see any rain for like all of this week and most of next week, moving through the area, and like 70s, 80s. Should be low humidity for all intensive purposes and looking very nice. Yeah. A nice little stretch here.
Not too bad. I wish I felt better, then I could spend some time working on my stupid fire pit.
Soon.
All I want to do is go home and not talk forever. All right. Karens of the day. Any guesses?
Oh, already? Okay. What did I just see somebody getting upset? Oh, was it a bad hairdo? Was it because there's a perm gate. There's a
perm gate going on?
There's a perm gate going on, yeah.
Lady had a bad perm?
Yeah.
Was it the flyglycolate or whatever?
It got burned.
Whatever she said in Legally Blonde? Sodium flyglycolate? She activated it with her shower?
I don't know what happened, but there's a perm gate happening. So it wasn't that, huh?
So her perm got effed up, huh?
Oh, burnt her hair bad.
People still do perms, huh?
Yeah, it's coming back.
Is it because of the boys and the broccoli hair?
It's retro. No, I don't think it's just
a cyclical thing?
It's a cyclical thing.
All right.
Yeah.
Obviously, I don't know much about what's going on in the world of hair care.
Perm gate.
It has nothing to do with perms. No.
Okay. They were out of her shoe size?
Ooh. No Al Bundy working at the shoe store.
You know, pumpkin spice latte is not coming out until next Tuesday, as the 25th. Was it no apple pumpkin at
no PSLs?
Yeah.
No. We'll see if Gene can guess correctly when we get to our Karens of the day. Double dipping on a Wednesday. RockMornings.com for all our contact info.
Rock Mornings with Brian and Gene. Find them online at rockmornings.com.
Karen.
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 Karen. Karen. You what? Why did you do that? Why did you do that, Karen?
She's alarming but disarming and a really very charming modern girl.
Karen.
I'm a bitch, I'm a lover, I'm a child, I'm a mother, I'm a sinner.
Oh, Gene, these Karens, they're so angry, they're so mad, they're so very upset at so many different things. There's so many of them that we actually have 2 of them today.
Okay, all right.
Our Karens of the day. What are they mad at? By the way, they're both mad at separate things.
Separate things. Well, I did see a Karen yesterday when I was scrolling and was upset because another young gentleman was at a table at the same restaurant. He had his headphones on and he was doing work and talking on the phone, and she didn't want him to be doing that while she was there with her kids.
She didn't want to overhear his conversation
Correct.
while she was there with her children.
She wanted to have to deal with him doing his thing privately.
That was not this Karen or these Karens. Neither of these Karens have that problem.
I don't. You're out of stock. I wanted something and it's not there. Okay. I have been, you're short-staffed, and I've had to wait because you don't have enough people.
No, but we do have a good story about someone who had to wait during Bad News with Happy Music.
All right. You know what? I don't think that I like your tone, mister. I don't think your tone. I don't like your. I don't.
Too generic, not specific enough.
It's not specific enough. I don't.
Karens of the day. We got 2 of them.
What are you doing in my neighborhood? Do you belong here? Are you supposed to be over here doing what you're doing?
No,
in
they belong
right here
there. They belong there.
Okay. I don't know.
All right, we're gonna get started in Denver. This is a woman who is, of course, a very angry white woman. Who's upset at the DoorDash driver who didn't follow the specific instructions of where to drop the food off.
Like on the porch kind of thing?
Had very specific instructions about where the food was supposed to get dropped off. It's broad daylight. She comes running out into the street in front of the vehicle to stop them from leaving. Then comes around to the window to discuss her problems with these 2 people in the vehicle. It sounds like there's only 2 people in the car. Then she goes onto the app to further explain her point of view and show them where the explicit instructions were supposed to be. Then as they basically try to leave, she essentially tries jumping into the car through the window, demanding the person's name.
Getting in the vehicle, huh?
And even after getting the name, she still is not satisfied and wants to call the police. And have them
Chipotle?
Have them get involved. DoorDash delivery.
It's no longer available because I already dropped it off.
Well, I will tell you where it's supposed to go. Here it is. Delivery details. Deliver right side of house basement. Do not deliver at the front door.
Well, I apologize. No, I don't. Well, you have your food. You can have a good night.
To the side door, not the front door.
Okay, well, you can have a good night. Thank you.
No.
Thank you.
What's your name?
Excuse me. You get out of my car.
What's your name?
Ma'am, you're reaching in my car.
Get out of my car.
That's fine. What's your name?
Get out of my car,
I'm begging you,
please.
get out of my car.
What's your name?
Can you please get out of my car?
Wait a minute.
What?
Wait a minute. What's your name?
Tommy. Can you please get out of my car?
No.
Don't. I will call the mother police.
Call the police.
You reached in my car.
Please do. Please
like,
do.
why are you in my car?
Please do.
Can you please?
Yeah, not too angry, but still,
she doesn't sound well.
A pest. I don't know. It sounds like maybe she's had a couple of brandy old fashions.
I don't know. She sounds like, or
did
maybe
the food get
slightly...
delivered? Yes. Then eat the food and shut your mouth.
And you're running down the street?
Oh, she actively ran after them. Yeah. Like, she runs out there. She's very upset.
Because it was supposed to be at the basement side door, but it came to the front.
And look, I get it. All right. So you have very specific instructions. Maybe you got a neighbor that steals your DoorDash deliveries and you don't want to have it stolen. I get all that. But to cause such a ruckus, this is my suggestion is that nationwide, not to replace police, but maybe in addition to police, we have something that's more like a 712 or
some grievances. It's a grievance.
It's a grievance line, right? Where someone who isn't the cops can come out and respond to whatever's going on.
What a pain in the
Like, this is not a police-worthy situation, right?
It's not.
But she did kind of like halfway jump through the window. They said they're going to call the
She
police.
could leave a poor rating if she wanted to,
Yeah.
right? And she could leave those instructions for next
She was
time.
obviously paying attention, waiting for it to show up because she knew it was there.
Yeah. She also,
That's our Karen of
Please
the day.
don't get in the car, lady.
Part one of our Karen of the day.
Don't get in the car.
Part two is someone who lost their job over this incident. Apparently, this incident and probably many others.
Was it a sporting thing? Because that
No,
happens a
this is,
lot. People lose their job by behavior at a sporting event.
No, this is a TV anchor. And we've seen a lot of TV anchor meltdowns. Bill O'Reilly, Chris Berman come to mind right away.
This person had a meltdown?
I mean, we've heard the Casey Kasem rant.
Sometimes it's
you're
deserved.
you're not firing Casey Kasem, though, all right?
He can have
now,
it.
if you're Taryn Asher from Fox 2 in Detroit, then, yeah, you probably can't be acting like this. Needless to say, she kind of went off on a coworker. It was on camera, not like during a broadcast. It was, while they were shooting
it was off the air.
But still, it was still on camera. Everybody saw it and heard it.
I'm going to have to do that again. I am. I'm in Amy's script, the Amy's Angels one. The second thing didn't make sense, so I was just trying to fix that part. And I can't wait for you to go through them all, and then I go through them, because then I'm already getting ready by then. But this time we had to do the PSAs, so. Finish what?
What I was trying to say.
Go ahead. I don't think you are. You're walking out really angry. Jeez, oh, Pete. Can I please finish what I'm going to say? What the Grow up.
Yes.
I'm so done with her antics, telling on me every 5 seconds. I'm done.
Taryn got fired for that, by the way, which is some stuff that happens here every single day.
I was just going to say, she got fired? All right.
This is Fox 2 in Detroit. The anchor, Taryn Asher, is seen on camera calling a coworker a bitch and saying that she's so done with her antics. In a behind-the-scenes video that was recorded at the station, she was taping a promo, discussing a mix-up with the scripts with a coworker who was off camera. The conversation, of course, went awry. Coworker's words difficult to make out. She says, "I don't think you are. You're walking out really angry." Then she says, "Bitch, geez, oh Pete," which is a very strange phrase. Continues on. Wants to finish what she has to say. She was fired from her job, by the way, back in November. The video just showed up, though, on social media just the other day. And it sounds like maybe she's got a lot of problems with this one particular coworker of hers. She's filed a federal discrimination lawsuit against the company, which went into court back in June, alleging that the station discriminated against her by treating her worse than the co-anchor, Roop Raj, and terminated her contract when she complained.
Yeah, and apparently that was new management that took over. She had no problem. She's been there since 2007, so she's been there a very long time, and apparently a 10-time local Emmy winner, so she's been there a very long time.
That doesn't mean that you're not a real pain in the ass.
New management came in, and that's when the problem started.
That doesn't mean you're not a pain in the ass, Gene.
Or new management came in, and, stuff became, a buyout, and who knows.
Needless to say, she gets added to the... And that wasn't even that bad. So I think there was probably some other stuff going on behind the scenes, but that was maybe what we were shown, right? They put that out there to sort of showcase, hey, there's more of this.
Exactly what
FYI. Because that video just came out, right? And she's filed this discrimination lawsuit back in June. So my guess is that there's more video
what piece
evidence.
Can we take to make her look terrible?
Right, like, hey, you may want to rethink this whole discrimination thing, or else we'll just open up the floodgates here and let everybody see what kind of nut job you are.
That's tomorrow, and that is it for us today. Okay, I don't know whatever it is, it's not right on the teleprompter. I don't know what that is. I've never seen that.
No, there is. We are going to do Sting, yeah.
Okay, but
what does that mean?
Now, I can't read it. There's no words on it.
To play you out, what does that mean?
Right?
There's no words there. To play us out. What does that mean? To play us out.
Sting is going to do. It's a video. Sting video.
What is
for credits?
I don't know what that means. To play us out. What does that mean? To end the show?
Yeah.
All right, go.
In 5, 4, 3.
That's tomorrow, and that is it.
Okay.
Do it live.
4, 3.
That's tomorrow, and that is it for us today. And we will leave you with a... I can't do it.
Can't do it.
We'll do it live.
Okay.
Can't do it.
We'll do it live. F- it.
I'll write it.
Do it live. I'll write it and we'll do it live. Thing sucks.
Yeah.
In 5, 4, 3.
That's tomorrow, and that is it for us today. I'm Bill O'Reilly. Thanks again for watching. We'll leave you with Sting and a cut off his new album. Take it away.
That sounded great.
So you got it together.
He sounded
sometimes
great.
you got to
He's a
let
pro.
Sometimes you got to let a little steam out, Gene. Sometimes it's not a personal thing. It's just a thing you got to let out.
When I'm doing TV and I got 18, God damn it. Can't everybody stop for 10 minutes? I mean, everybody seems that's the only... Everybody, can we stick... Jesus Christ. I mean, it's not that much to ask. Is that when everybody has to move when I'm trying to concentrate? Jesus.
And you guys thought I was a pain.
I mean, that's so rude. I can't believe it. It's so goddamn rude. Just... Why does everyone all of a sudden have to move? I've had 2 fucking hours to move around. Wait 10 minutes. Jesus. I'm sorry to explode my guy, but it's like no one's ever worked on TV here before. Jesus. Sunken under the what the do they think I'm doing? I actually can't believe what I just saw.
Not now.
It's like no one here has worked on TV before. And there were 7 people, though. I mean, Jesus. We need to use the studio for 15 minutes. Just everybody, you know.
You tell him, Berman. You tell him. You tell him. You're the show, not these PAs and production dorks.
It's like you've never been here before. What is this, your first day?
I love a good rant. I love a good rant. Do I got any more? Who do we got here?
Well, Casey, but...
yeah, I'm not going to play... That's too long. Not very good audio. Not very good audio on that one. Who else do I got? Trying to see. I used to have a bunch of football ones. All right. I thought I had a bunch more in here. I guess I got to up my game. Oh, I got the Tom Cruise one. Remember that? The COVID one? Tom Cruise losing his mind over... We're employing all these people over here.
You're back there in Hollywood making movies right now because of us. Because they believe in us and what we're doing. And they're looking at us and using us to make their movies. We are creating thousands of jobs. I don't ever want to see it again. Ever. And if you don't do it, you're fired. And anyone on this crew does it. That's it. And you too. And you too. That's it.
Yeah.
No apologies.
Yeah, no apologies. I love it. You tell him, Tom Cruise. Can you imagine being that rich and famous? You could just yell at like 100 people in a room with a mask on. Oh, that'd be so great. And they can't do anything about it. And they put it on the internet, and you're like, what are you going to do?
So? What's your point?
What? That'd be awesome. That's when you know you got hand.
Didn't Tucker Carlson have one too? Or is I thought he had one, but maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it wasn't him.
I got it under...
maybe it wasn't him.
I don't know. I got a whole bunch of them. There's Shia LaBeouf, but the football ones are always good because usually they're in a press conference where there's a lot of mics, so the audio is real good. They're not like it's not like someone's phone behind a boat on a movie scene set or whatever where you're not getting very good audio, right? Anyways, all right. Karens of the day. Bad News, Happy Music is coming up in just a bit. So don't go anywhere.
Rock Mornings with Brian and Gene. More from Brian and Gene is coming up.
Can I have everyone's attention?
There's news.
After 40 years, they still can't find Jimmy Hoffa.
That's what I'm talking about. There's good news.
My family is making a grant to eliminate their student loans.
And then there's bad news.
I have some bad news.
All the crazy shit happening all over the world, including Florida.
Florida man bites dog to establish dominance.
All right, y'all ready?
Every weekday morning at about 8:35, Brian and Gene hook your ass up. It's Bad News.
Bad news.
With happy music.
Happy, happy, happy.
Brought to you by Dahl Toyota.
Here we go.
Oh, man, we're going to get started in hashtag Florida.
All right.
Dad, I'm in jail. Dad, I'm in jail.
A mother is in jail after she let her 11-year-old kid with autism drive from their house to the 7-Eleven where they eventually crashed. Apparently this has been going on for a while because the mom has been without a license for a number of days and weeks. According to the Hillsborough County Sheriff's Office, deputies responding to the 7-Eleven about 8:30 on Sunday in the evening after they got reports that a child had crashed a vehicle into a concrete barrier. Yeah, an 11-year-old child. When the cops got there, they learned that the kid's mom, Caribbean Myers, was a passenger in the vehicle while her 11-year-old drove from their house to the gas station. Deputies say that while trying to stop the vehicle, the child mistook the gas pedal for the brake pedal and then rammed into the barrier. Myers seen getting out of the vehicle on security footage, surrendering to law enforcement. Apparently, this woman hasn't had a valid driver's license since July 13th of this year.
Yeah, I can't drive, so how are we supposed to get places?
And had previously allowed her underage children to drive without a license. She faces charges of child abuse and permitting an unauthorized minor to drive. Nobody was injured, but the vehicle was damaged, and she's obviously going to have some legal troubles on her hands.
How are we going to get places? How can I get to the 7-Eleven on a Sunday night at 8 o'clock?
Speaking of people who are going to have some legal problems, this is a 19-year-old in Indiana at the university there, Indiana University. This kid's name is Jackson Hahn, and he was arrested on Sunday after he threatened to bomb the Applebee's on social media.
Some days you just can't get rid of a bomb.
He apparently was very frustrated with the service, vented on an Instagram story. The post was flagged by Meta, reported to the FBI National Threat Operations Center. They called the local authorities who evacuated the restaurant and closed it for the night while they searched the place for the bomb, right? They thought this was a real threat. It ended up being just this guy really pissed off that his order was taking too long. The cops tracked this guy down. His name is Jackson, Jaxon, so you know he's a real douchebag. He admitted to the Post. He said he was just hungry, tired, and upset that he hadn't gotten his food and that it was a stupid post and he wasn't serious.
You said bomb on an airplane.
What's wrong with saying bomb on an airplane?
You can't say bomb on an airplane.
Bomb, 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 bomb.
Yeah, you also can't say it on an Instagram story when you're talking about restaurants, you big douchey dumbass.
Oh, man.
God, if you name your kid Jaxon, you know exactly what's going to happen when this kid gets to college.
So he just was firing off some stuff, had no intention of bombing the place. And
I say a million things out loud when I'm angry.
Yes,
I do.
I know.
I'm no different. But I don't threaten to bomb places.
But then he did, I'm sure he didn't
because
expect
they're slow with the service. I might be mad. I might get up and leave.
And then all of a sudden the FBI's there and they're closing.
Well, and I certainly don't put it on social media like, hey, you know what I'm going to do? No, I might say it out loud like, F this place or I'm out of here. But, by the way, not just a slap on the wrist. He's facing one count of felony intimidation.
You said the FBI had to clear the restaurant,
which can carry up to nearly 3 years in prison.
Yeah, I'm sure.
You know who has the worst fans and sometimes, actually most of the time, the worst people in the world? What city in America? If you had to pick one city in America that had the worst people, the most just downright disgusting human beings.
Is this a thing because you're from the East Coast and you hate Philadelphia or something like that? Is this a...
Yes, it is Philadelphia. They threw batteries at Santa Claus, okay? That's how bad these piece of trash garbage human beings are.
This is you.
There is a new Museum of the Philadelphian that is opening up in September in Philly, which will celebrate, quote, Philly's finest moments of booing, brawling, throwing things, and generally refusing to behave. This place could take up an entire city block, but it's actually a micro museum. It's only about 300 square feet, which is like this room, isn't it?
Yeah, it's very tiny, yeah.
The creator of the Philly Museum, the Philadelphian, notes that it's meant to be a little bit absurd. Exhibits will spotlight everything from an 1866 baseball game packed with pickpockets, gamblers, drunks, fistfights, and the infamous 1968 snowball attack on Santa. There's also the Hitchbot. Remember this thing? This was the hitchhiking robot that was supposed to go from one side of the country to the other side of the country that got destroyed when it reached Philly in 2015 because those people are a bunch of animals. There was also the chaos that followed after the Phillies' 2008 World Series victory where they had to grease the light poles. Yeah. The real message is that Philly's bad attitude also features a surprising dose of heart. Like when a fan's car was flipped over during the 2008 celebrations, Philadelphians raised $4,000 to help. That's it? You totaled my car and all I get is $4,000 out of you, bunch of thieves?
Maybe that's all it was worth.
Yeah. Anyways, the Museum of the Philadelphian opens up in Philly on September 25th. Admission is free. But if you want to check it out, you got to hurry. For now, it's supposed to be a limited time thing closing in November. Unless they riot and burn it down first because they're a bunch of animals. Yeah,
Break the glass.
Speaking of Karens, there was also the Phillies Karen, the one who stole the ball from that kid. Remember that?
Yes, I do remember.
Ran
that.
over and yelled at the
Yes.
dad and made the kid cry, and then yeah, that's the kind of human garbage that lives in Philadelphia.
This has something to do with you.
Absolute trash human beings, the
From
worst
the
of the
East
worst.
Coast, that's why. Part of that.
The worst, just the absolute worst. Unbelievable. Moving on. This is Kentucky.
Okay.
And my wife has become obsessed with these videos. We're not going to Kentucky. We're not going anywhere near it as we head to Florida, but we're going to Gatlinburg.
Yeah.
One of the places we're staying when we come back from Florida in December, and apparently there's like a lot of bears there, and the hotel that we're staying at while we're in Gatlinburg, there was just a video that got posted, all these bears roaming around in the parking lot and going in people's cars and stuff like that. So my wife it's been in her feed, it's been in her algorithm, so she's obsessed with these bear videos. Well, this is in Kentucky where a woman woke up to discover that a bear had gotten into her house, through an unlocked door, and then ate all her leftover KFC.
The bears.
Yeah.
And it was still there? Or
No, apparently she got a call from her sister who said, I'm watching this Ring camera thing and the bear's over there.
My sister started calling me at like 5 in the morning, and I answered the call, and she was like, bro, there's a bear, and it just walked out of your house, and it came down your steps. It came and looked at me dead in the eyes on my side of the yard. She said she actually heard the table shatter from inside her house, and she thought that it was a car wreck outside. I'm a little sad over my KFC. Definitely don't leave your leftover KFC on the kitchen table, and make sure your door is shut very well.
So apparently Kendra North is the name of this lady, and she lives right next door to her sister.
I hear that.
And she slept all the way through this. The bear got in the house, ate all the KFC, smashed whatever table it smashed,
and then left.
And she got the call and was like, hey, don't leave your bedroom. There's a bear that's leaving your house right now after he got done devouring your leftover KFC.
I shooed the bear away. I told him he was a naughty bear.
No, he came right in the house, ate the KFC. I'm sad about that. I really wanted to have some cold. Why was it out on the countertop all night?
I don't know. Maybe she forgot. Maybe she got home and, dude, people leave drinks on top of their cars.
I know, but I'm just saying.
You've never forgotten anything with that mother's brain of yours?
I absolutely have.
How many times have you left a kid at school?
I've never left a kid at school unattended. Like I was supposed to pick that. Well, that I was supposed to pick up and I didn't remember. Never did. But she sounded like she was planning to eat the KFC the next day, and I don't know if you'd eat it if you left it out all night.
My table is really thick glass, and it completely shattered.
Yeah.
She said she actually heard the table shattered from inside her house, and she thought it was a car wreck outside. So she's warning people, by the way, in Kentucky to make sure your doors are locked and you don't leave out any KFC.
Or anything.
You'll be happy to know that they
Cookies, brownies,
they
anything.
make more KFC the next day. You can go back and get some. I know it sucks. But yeah. Anyways, hopefully we don't have a bear attack. I mean, I'm ready if there's a bear that attacks.
With what? Mace? You got some bear spray?
With whatever I need to be ready.
Bear spray.
I'm a little more prepared than that, Gene. This is wild. This woman went to a grocery store. This is in New Zealand. Parked her car.
Yeah.
Died. Came back to life. And then the parking company had given her a ticket.
Huh?
I know it's tough to follow.
I'm not dead.
Yeah. He says he's not dead.
Yes, he is. I'm not.
A parking company has now apologized to a woman in New Zealand after she received a parking ticket for staying too long in a supermarket car park on the day that she died and was brought back to life. I'm kind of busy over here fighting for my effing life, dude. Don't have time to move the car right now. This 54-year-old woman collapsed in the car park at the supermarket back on July 26th. Her dad said that the staff were quick to provide assistance, privacy screens. It was a stranger, however, who took control and started performing CPR. Then the EMTs and everybody shows up, gets in the ambulance, goes to the hospital, the whole 9 yards. Paramedics told the family that his daughter's heart had stopped, and momentarily she was technically dead. Daughter taken to the hospital by ambulance. Her car, which was allowed to remain in the parking lot for 90 minutes, wasn't moved for another 5.5 hours.
Because I was at the hospital.
Last thing on our mind, dude. Kind of busy with our daughter dying and going to the hospital. She got an $80 breach notice, a ticket, from the Smart Compliance Management a few days after she got revived at the hospital. And then after the circumstances were explained to the company, the fine was waived.
We're going to waive that for you.
It wasn't waived completely. They reduced it to $30, by the way. What a dick move. Just an absolute dick move. You're still going to charge me $30? I was dead, dude. Sorry it wasn't top of mind. Yeah. Come on, man.
Your death is not our problem.
This is a great scheme, I guess, if you can get away with it. I don't know how much money you can make selling books, but a couple in Arizona is facing serious charges after they stole hundreds of books from the Mesa Public Library and then resold them to a local bookstore.
Is that what George Washington had in mind when he started America? It's like, read something sad, learn a book.
Yeah, they weren't necessarily trying to learn, they were trying to earn.
That's a slow roll.
Well, if you sell them in a bulk, right? Like if you go to the books, and what bookstore is like, yeah, sure, I'd love to buy a bunch of books from people off the street. I mean, like
used
maybe
bookstores do that.
Yeah, like $5 for a bag. You got a bag
That's
of
what
books.
I'm saying. A slow roll of money. That they probably didn't get much.
Library officials contacted the police, reported that a woman was trying to resell books to the half-price bookstore.
See, they probably were getting $1 a bag.
The bookstore had contacted the library after the woman brought in 19 books, all of which had the Mesa Public Library label on them. The bookstore said, no, we're not going to be buying these. Library took the books, scanned them, finding they were checked out to a guy named Ian Bartlett. Records show he had 2 library accounts, one of which was suspended due to over $1,500 worth of books that were never returned. The second account had 66 books that were outstanding. So, yeah, this guy's been stealing books left and right and trying to sell them for months and months and months and was getting away with it, apparently. Bookstore gave police 5 different receipts from transactions with a woman named Athena Bartlett, who allegedly stole 423 books and brought them into the bookstore between May 7th and May 14th.
You know who has an unlimited supply of books for me to take?
The library.
The library. I go there, I take the books, then I take them to the half-price bookstore, and then I get cash. I walk out with a little bit of cash. A little bit of cash is the key there.
Their mugshots certainly seem like the kind of people.
A little bit of cash.
That a little bit of cash might go a long way with a
get me out of a jam.
A Mountain Dew bottle and a porta potty and some substances in there might do a little shake and bake. Got a text from Jacob who said there's a lot of moonshine in Gatlinburg as well. Mm-hmm. It's good to know. I don't plan on drinking much moonshine, but thank you. Benjamin texting in saying pigs in a blanket got to go for me. They're too similar to the little smokies, and I like those way better than pigs in a blanket. Everything else is a party food staple. Got a text from someone who said roll-ups can roll out.
They don't like them. I can sense.
Paul also agreeing that pigs in a blanket have got to go. Alex said I'd get rid of the deviled eggs. Never understood those.
It's an acquired taste. If you maybe don't like eggs, cold eggs.
How do you not understand deviled eggs? It's pretty easy to understand. You take out the yolk, you mix it with mayo and mustard and a little dash of hot sauce and some bacon. Juice. And then you got yourself a delicious treat.
Mm-hmm. For one, gotta go Wednesday. I think it's got to be deviled eggs. Don't get me wrong, they're good, but they just take a lot of time to make, and there's not ever a lot of them.
That's why they're so great.
Yeah, they do take a long time to. I mean, they're a labor of love.
You put in the effort, and then you get a wonderful treat afterwards. Mm-hmm. That would be Matt, who sent us a message on the app. Thank you, Matt. Appreciate that. Thanks to everybody else who texted in this morning. Always good to hear from you guys. Mama Kim and T-Stat and Dean and Ray and Lucas and Bobby and Corbin and Tom and Jim earlier this morning. Yeah, thank you very much.
Love hearing from you.
Guys. Very good to hear from you guys.